Do you dare to step into a world where time seems to have stood still? Welcome to Mystery's Travel Documentary, a channel for those who yearn to explore the strangest and wildest corners of this planet. We are venturing deep into the most remote and untouched regions of Africa, where time has stood still for thousands of years and ancient ways of life continue to thrive in their purest form. From the dense woodlands of Tanzania to the golden floodplains of South Sudan and the endless dunes of the Kalahari, 8 extraordinary tribes still live exactly as their ancestors did long before the modern world arrived. These are the last true hunter-gatherers, nomadic cattle herders, and desert masters who move through some of the harshest and most beautiful landscapes on Earth with remarkable skill, deep knowledge, and unbreakable connection to the land. From tribes that still bathe and drink cow urine as a sacred daily ritual, to hunter-gatherers who share every single thing they find with zero concept of personal ownership. These are not characters from a movie. These are real people, real lives, real stories unfolding right now in some of the most extreme and beautiful places left on Earth. If your heart is already racing with curiosity, if you've ever wondered what it would actually feel like to live completely off the grid, surrounded by ancient traditions and raw nature, then buckle up. Because this is going to be one of the most unforgettable journeys you've ever taken. So hit that like button right now if you're ready for an adventure most people will never experience. Drop a comment telling me which tribe you're most excited to discover, and subscribe to Mystery's Travel Documentary with the notification bell turned on, because we're about to dive headfirst into the hidden, untamed side of our planet. Are you ready? Then let's begin. 1. The Hadzabi tribe of Tanzania. As our journey begins in the wild heart of East Africa, we leave behind the noise of the modern world and step into the ancient woodlands of Tanzania, where towering acacia trees, thick undergrowth, and golden savanna grasses stretch endlessly beneath a vast African sky, painted in soft morning light and warm evening glow. Here, in this remote and breathtaking corner of our Mystery's Travel Documentary, we are warmly welcomed by the Hadzabi tribe, one of the last true hunter-gatherer communities still living in complete harmony with the land exactly as their ancestors did for thousands of years. In this timeless wilderness, the Hadzabi move like whispers through the forest. Their days begin at first light as they carefully prepare simple yet incredibly effective tools, bows and arrows handcrafted from strong, flexible wood, strung with animal sinew, and tipped with natural poison resin gathered from the forest itself. With silent footsteps that leave almost no trace on the soft earth, they glide through the undergrowth, reading every broken twig, faint track, and subtle movement with extraordinary skill. They communicate not with words, but through subtle eye contact, and soft tongue clicks that blend perfectly with the natural sounds of the wild, a language as ancient as the land itself. Watching them disappear into the trees is like witnessing ghosts of the past moving through a world that time has gently forgotten. What truly touches the heart is their way of life after the hunt. Every fruit, every root, every piece of meat, and every wild honeycomb is brought back to the camp and shared equally among every single member of the tribe, from the youngest child to the eldest elder. Even their loyal hunting dogs are never forgotten. They too receive their fair share around the fire. There is no money, no personal ownership, and no social hierarchy, only a deep, beautiful sense of community and gratitude for whatever the forest chooses to provide. This complete sharing creates an atmosphere of warmth and equality that feels both rare and profoundly moving in today's world. As the golden light of late afternoon filters through the canopy and the evening fire crackles softly, the Hadzabi gather together, roasting meat over the flames, burying some portions in hot ashes, and sharing stories and laughter that echo gently through the woodland. The air carries the sweet scent of wood smoke, wild herbs, and roasted game, while the gentle night sounds of the forest, birds settling, insects humming, and the distant call of wildlife wrap around the camp like a comforting embrace. Standing among them as the sun sets and the first stars appear above the canopy, you feel an overwhelming sense of peace and connection. The Hadzabi show us a way of living that feels both incredibly simple and profoundly wise, a perfect, timeless balance between humans and nature that has endured for millennia in this untouched corner of Africa. Would you walk silently through the Tanzanian woodlands with the Hadzabi tribe and experience their ancient hunter-gatherer way of life for even one day? Two, the Mundari tribe of South Sudan. As our journey carries us from the dense woodlands of Tanzania and leads us further north into the wild and untamed floodplains of South Sudan, the landscape changes dramatically. The lush green canopy gives way to vast golden grasslands that stretch endlessly toward the horizon, where the mighty White Nile creates a shimmering ribbon of life across one of Africa's most remote and captivating regions. Here, beneath an enormous African sky painted in brilliant hues of fiery orange, soft pink, and deep indigo at every sunset, we are warmly welcomed by the Mundari tribe, a proud and strikingly beautiful community whose ancient cattle-herding culture feels like a living legend still breathing in the heart of our Mysteries travel documentary. In this remote and spellbinding corner, where the river meets the endless savanna, the Mundari move in perfect rhythm with their beloved cattle. These majestic animals are far more than livestock to the Mundari. They are family, companions, and the very center of their world. Every morning, as the first golden light touches the plains, the tribe gently wakes beside their herds. The Mundari sleep close to their cattle for protection and warmth, sharing the same simple shelters made of woven grass and earth. You can feel the deep bond the moment you arrive, the low, peaceful sounds of the cattle, the soft ash-covered bodies of the herders glowing in the early light, and the unmistakable sense of harmony between humans and animals that has lasted for centuries. What truly stirs the soul is the Mundari's extraordinary daily rituals. Both men and women cover their bodies with a fine layer of white ash from burned cow dung, not only for beauty and protection from the sun and insects, but as a proud symbol of their identity and connection to their cattle. The long, elegantly curved horns of their prized bulls are decorated with colorful beads and carefully shaped over years of loving care. One of the most fascinating traditions of the Mundari is their use of fresh cow urine in daily life. They bathe with it as a natural cleanser and protective wash for the skin, believing it brings purity and strength. Some members also drink small amounts of cow urine as part of their traditional health practices, viewing it as a sacred gift from their cattle. These customs are deeply rooted in their belief that the cow is a divine provider that offers everything they need to live in harmony with nature. As the golden sunlight dances across their ash-painted skin and the cattle move gracefully through the tall grass, the entire scene feels like stepping into a living painting, timeless, powerful, and deeply moving. Throughout the day, the Mundari tend to their herds with quiet devotion, guiding them to fresh grazing lands and clean water along the Nile. Even in the face of the challenging seasons, their spirit of sharing and community remains strong. Everything the land and their cattle provide is shared openly among the tribe, creating bonds that run deeper than blood. Laughter, songs, and stories rise into the warm air as the sun sets, painting the sky in dramatic colors while the cattle settle down for the night beside their human family. Standing among the Mundari as the last light of day fades and the stars begin to sparkle above the vast South Sudanese plains, it is impossible not to feel profoundly moved by their strength, grace, and unbreakable connection to the land and their animals. Their way of life is a beautiful reminder that even in one of the most remote corners of our world, true wealth lies not in possessions, but in harmony, tradition, and the simple joy of living closely with nature. Would you dare to experience the Mundari culture, bathing with cow urine and drinking it for even one day? If this extraordinary journey into the heart of South Sudan has sparked your curiosity and wanderlust, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and join the Mysteries Travel Documentary family so you never miss another authentic adventure into the hidden corners of our world. Your support means everything to us. 3. The San Tribe of Namibia. As our journey leaves the lush embrace of the forests far behind and carries us deep into the heart of Namibia's legendary Kalahari Desert, the world transforms before our eyes. The land opens into an endless sea of golden dunes and thorn-scattered plains beneath a sky so vast and impossibly blue, it feels like it could swallow the horizon whole. Here, beneath the fierce African sun that paints the earth in burning shades of ochre, burnt orange, shimmering gold, and soft rose at every sunset, we are warmly welcomed by the San Tribe, one of the oldest living cultures on our Mysteries travel documentary, a people who have walked this ancient landscape for thousands of years with an almost magical knowledge of its every secret. In this remote and spellbinding corner, where the wind whispers across the sand and the silence is broken only by the distant call of a bird or the soft rustle of dry grass, the San have turned one of the harshest environments on Earth into a place of remarkable skill and quiet wonder. Their days unfold like a living masterclass in survival and harmony. With tools they craft themselves from local wood, sinew, stone, and the resin of desert trees, they read the land like an open book, following the faintest tracks in the sand, the bent blades of grass, and the subtle movements of the wind. Every hunt is an art form, passed down through generations, requiring patience, sharp eyes, and an intimate understanding of the desert's hidden rhythms. You can almost feel the excitement in the air as the hunters set out at first light, their silhouettes moving gracefully against the rising sun. What leaves the deepest impression is their beautiful relationship with the land itself. The San never take more than nature is willing to offer. Every successful hunt becomes a moment of gratitude and celebration, and when the day's provisions are brought back to camp, everything, from the largest portion of meat to the smallest wild fruit or tuber, is shared equally among every member of the tribe. There is no sense of mine or yours, only the warm, unbreakable circle of community that has kept them strong for countless generations. As the fierce heat of midday gives way to the golden magic of late afternoon, long shadows stretch across the dunes, and the camp comes alive with gentle laughter and conversation. Stories are told around small fires, children play in the cooling sand, and the faint scent of wood smoke and dry grass drifts on the evening breeze. As the sun finally dips below the horizon and the first stars begin to sparkle in the enormous desert sky, you stand there, surrounded by the San, feeling the cool night air settle over the land, and you realize you are witnessing something truly timeless, a way of life that has survived where so many others could not. Their extraordinary ability to thrive in this vast and demanding wilderness is both humbling and inspiring. Standing on the edge of the Kalahari as the sky turns from gold to deep indigo, you cannot help but feel a sense of awe at how beautifully the San have learned to listen to the desert, move with its rhythms, and live in complete harmony with one of the most challenging places on Earth. Would you step into the Kalahari with the San tribe and experience their ancient desert way of life for even one day? Four, the Turkana tribe of northern Kenya. As our journey takes us northward into the vast and unforgiving arid desert region of northern Kenya, where the land stretches endlessly beneath a blazing African sky, painted in hues of intense gold, burnt orange, and deep indigo, we are warmly welcomed by the Turkana tribe, a proud and remarkably resilient community whose nomadic spirit has been perfectly shaped by one of the harshest environments on our Mysteries travel documentary. Here, in this remote and dramatically beautiful corner, where the borders of Ethiopia and Uganda meet the shimmering heat haze, the Turkana move in perfect harmony with the shifting seasons and the precious search for water and pasture. Their lives revolve around their beloved herds of cattle, goats, and camels, animals that are far more than simple livestock. They are the very soul of survival, symbols of strength, pride, and the enduring bonds that hold families and the entire tribe together through every trial the desert may bring. With skillful hands and generations of inherited knowledge, the Turkana construct temporary homes from whatever the land provides, with flexible frames covered with woven straw, dry grasses, and animal hides, creating shelters that can be dismantled and rebuilt in a matter of hours. These simple yet ingenious dwellings blend beautifully with the rugged terrain, offering shade and protection while leaving the lightest possible footprint on the earth. As you walk among them at sunrise, the soft morning light catches on the woven roofs, and the distant lowing of camels echoes across the plains, creating a scene that feels both ancient and deeply alive. What truly stirs the heart is the Turkana's rich spiritual and communal life. Throughout the year, they gather for colorful ceremonies filled with song, dance, and traditional games that celebrate strength, endurance, and unity. These vibrant gatherings honor their ancestors, pray for abundant rains and the well-being of their herds, and provide precious moments of joy and togetherness amid the daily challenges of desert life. Even when water is scarce and the sun beats down relentlessly, the Turkana maintain an extraordinary sense of gratitude and vigilance, always moving forward with quiet determination and an unbreakable connection to the land that has sustained them for centuries. Standing on the edge of one of these sun-scorched plains, as the golden light of late afternoon washes over the acacia trees and the silhouettes of grazing camels stretch long across the sand, it is impossible not to feel inspired by the quiet strength, warmth, and timeless grace of the Turkana tribe. Their way of life is a powerful reminder that even in the most arid and demanding landscapes, human resilience, community spirit, and deep respect for nature can create something truly beautiful and enduring. Would you roam the sun-baked plains with the Turkana and experience their nomadic way of life for even one day. If this journey into the wild heart of northern Kenya has touched your soul and awakened your sense of adventure, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and join the Mysteries Travel documentary family so you never miss another authentic travel experience into the hidden corners of our world. Your support means everything to us. Five, the Pokot tribe of the Highlands. As our journey leads us higher into the rugged and windswept highlands of northwestern Kenya, where dramatic escarpments rise toward an endless African sky, painted in brilliant shades of gold, dusty rose, and deep sapphire, we are warmly welcomed by the Pokot tribe, a resilient and deeply connected community whose nomadic spirit feels perfectly at home in this vast, sun-drenched landscape. Here, in this remote and breathtaking corner of our Mysteries Travel documentary, the Pokot move in harmony with the changing seasons and the precious flow of water across the high plains. Their lives revolve around their cherished herds of cattle and goats, which are far more than livestock. They represent continuity, pride, responsibility, and the promise of future generations. As the tribe follows the rhythm of nature, they build temporary homes with skillful hands from the rich red earth and sun-dried grasses, creating shelters that blend so naturally with the rolling hills that they seem to grow straight out of the land itself. What leaves the deepest impression is the quiet dedication woven into every day. Pokot women set out each morning on long journeys, walking dozens of kilometers across the highlands to collect water for their families and animals. These daily treks are not merely a task, but a beautiful expression of love, strength, and community care. Along the way, conversations flow freely, friendships deepen, and the women carry not only water, but also the warmth of connection that binds the entire tribe together. The Pokot's rich spiritual life shines through in their colorful rituals and ceremonies held at key moments throughout the year. When the seasons shift, or the tribe gathers to honor the land and their ancestors, the air fills with song, dance, and joyful celebration. These gatherings become powerful moments of unity, reflection, and gratitude, times when the whole community comes together to give thanks for the blessings of nature and to strengthen the bonds that have sustained them for generations. Everywhere you look, the Pokot show a profound respect for the land that sustains them. They use only what nature provides, building, moving, and living in a way that leaves the lightest footprint possible. Their way of life is a beautiful reminder that true wealth is not measured in possessions, but in harmony with the earth, deep family ties, and the simple joy of moving together through the seasons. Standing on these highland ridges as the golden light of late afternoon washes over the hills and the distant calls of cattle echo across the valley, it is impossible not to feel inspired by the quiet strength, warmth, and timeless grace of the Pokot tribe. Their way of life reminds us that even in challenging highland landscapes, human connection and respect for nature can create something truly beautiful and enduring. Would you join the Pokot on one of their daily journeys through the highlands? 6. The Mursi tribe of Ethiopia's Omo Valley. As our journey carries us even further into the rugged and timeless beauty of Ethiopia's lower Omo Valley, where the ancient river winds its way through sun-baked hills, vast open plains, and dramatic escarpments beneath an endless African sky, painted in hues of warm gold, dusty terracotta, and soft crimson at every sunset, we are gently welcomed by the Mursi tribe, a community whose proud spirit and deeply rooted traditions feel like a living tapestry woven directly into the fabric of this extraordinary landscape itself. Here, in this remote and utterly captivating corner of our Mysteries travel documentary, the Mursi have mastered the art of living in perfect harmony with one of Africa's most demanding environments. Their days unfold with a quiet strength and graceful rhythm as they tend to their beloved herds of cattle, which roam across the dry plains and represent far more than mere livestock. They are the very heartbeat of prosperity, honor, and the enduring bonds that hold families and the entire community together through every season. Temporary homes, skillfully built by hand from the rich red earth and golden grasses of the valley, blend seamlessly with the surrounding terrain, offering simple yet deeply comforting shelter that rises naturally from the land, like ancient sculptures shaped by time and tradition. What truly captures the heart is the Mursi's profound relationship with their animals and the land that sustains them. Cattle are cherished as symbols of wealth, respect, and the unbreakable connections that tie the tribe together through good times and lean ones. Among the women, one of the most striking and graceful traditions is the wearing of lip plates, a beautiful custom that begins in their younger years and grows slowly as a powerful symbol of maturity, beauty, and readiness to embrace the responsibilities and honors of life within the tribe. Watching the women move with quiet confidence and natural elegance across the sunlit plains, one cannot help but feel an overwhelming sense of admiration for a tradition that has been lovingly preserved and passed down through generations beneath the vast Ethiopian sky. Equally mesmerizing is the Mursi's extraordinary body art. Both men and women adorn their skin with intricate patterns using rich red, white, and black clays gathered from the very earth around them. These stunning designs are far more than decoration. They are living expressions of identity, status, health, and deep spiritual connection to nature and the ancestors. As the golden light of late afternoon dances across their painted bodies, and the warm wind carries the faint scent of dry earth and wild herbs, you stand in quiet awe at how art, culture, and daily life have become one seamless, breathtaking whole. Throughout every season and every challenge the valley may bring, the spirit of sharing remains the warm, unbreakable heartbeat of Mursi life. Whether it is food from the day's gathering or the blessings of their herds, everything is distributed with fairness and care so that every member of the tribe feels supported, valued, and deeply connected, creating a powerful sense of belonging that shines even brighter in the face of the land's quiet demands. Standing among the Mursi, as the sun dips low and paints the entire Omo Valley in glowing amber light, it is impossible not to feel profoundly moved by the pure beauty, quiet strength, and enduring dignity of this remarkable community. Their way of life reminds us that even in the most rugged corners of our world, culture, creativity, and human warmth can flourish with extraordinary grace and resilience. Would you explore a day in the life of the Mursi tribe? If this journey through the Omo Valley has touched your heart and sparked your wanderlust, hit that subscribe button right now, turn on the notification bell, and join the Mysteries Travel Documentary family so you never miss another authentic adventure into the hidden corners of our world. Your support means the world to us. Seven, the Suri tribe of Southwestern Ethiopia. As our journey carries us even further into the breathtaking heart of Southwestern Ethiopia, where the majestic Omo Valley unfolds beneath an endless African sky, painted in hues of warm gold, soft crimson, and deep amber at every sunset, we are gently welcomed by the Suri tribe, a community whose vibrant spirit and timeless traditions feel like a living masterpiece painted directly onto the landscape itself. Here, in this remote and utterly captivating corner of our Mysteries Travel documentary, the Suri move with the land in a graceful nomadic rhythm that has been perfected over countless generations. Their days flow seamlessly between tending to their cherished herds of cattle that roam freely across the rolling plains and fertile valleys, and creating moments of beauty and connection that turn even the simplest daily tasks into something profoundly meaningful. Temporary homes, carefully crafted by hand from the earth's own rich red soil and woven golden grasses, rise softly from the terrain like natural sculptures, offering shelter that feels as harmonious and organic as the tall acacia trees swaying gently in the warm breeze. The faint scent of dry earth and wild herbs lingers in the air, while the distant lowing of cattle and the soft rustle of wind through the grass create a soothing soundtrack that seems to echo through time. What truly stirs the soul is the extraordinary artistic expression that flows through every part of Suri life. Both men and women adorn their bodies with intricate, symbolic patterns using rich red, white, and black clays gathered from the very soil beneath their feet. These stunning designs are far more than decoration. They are visual stories of identity, maturity, personal growth, and deep connection to the tribe and the land. As the golden light of late afternoon dances across their painted skin and the warm wind carries the faint scent of earth and wild herbs, you cannot help but stand in quiet awe at how art and daily life have become one seamless, breathtaking whole. Each brush of clay feels like a quiet conversation between the person and the earth that sustains them. The women of the Suri carry forward another deeply moving tradition, the graceful practice of wearing lip plates. Beginning in their younger years, this custom becomes a beautiful symbol of womanhood, maturity, and readiness to embrace the responsibilities and honors of life within the tribe. Watching them move with quiet confidence and natural elegance across the sunlit plains, one feels an overwhelming sense of respect for traditions that have been lovingly preserved through time, passed down like precious heirlooms from mother to daughter beneath the vast Ethiopian sky. Equally captivating are the community gatherings, where young members demonstrate remarkable skill, discipline, and coordination through traditional displays that celebrate strength of character and tribal harmony. These are moments filled with energy, respect, and shared pride, beautiful expressions of personal growth and collective unity that strengthen the bonds holding the entire tribe together, as laughter and rhythmic chants rise into the evening air while the sun paints the valley in glowing amber light. Throughout every season and every challenge the land may bring, the spirit of sharing remains the warm heartbeat of Suri life. Whether it is food from the day's gathering or the blessings of their herds, everything is distributed with fairness and care, so that every member of the tribe feels supported, valued, and deeply connected, creating a sense of belonging that feels both ancient and timeless. Standing among the Suri as the sun dips low and paints the entire valley in glowing amber light, it is impossible not to feel moved by the pure beauty and quiet strength of this community. Their way of life reminds us that even in the most rugged corners of our world, culture, creativity, and human warmth can flourish with extraordinary grace. Would you step into the Suri world and live their ancient traditions for even one day? (8) The Nyangatom tribe of the Namibia-Ethiopia border region. As our journey gently winds its way even deeper into the sun-scorched borderlands, where the vast horizons of Ethiopia stretch toward the edges of Namibia, the landscape opens up like an endless canvas painted in shades of burnt orange, dusty gold, and soft lavender. Under an immense sky that shifts dramatically from blazing midday heat to the most tender dusk hues, we finally arrive among the Nyangatom tribe, a community whose entire way of life feels like a living, breathing love letter written directly to the land itself. Here, in this remote and timeless corner of our Mysteries Travel documentary, the Nyangatom have perfected the quiet art of true belonging. Their homes are not built to dominate the terrain, but to rise naturally from it, crafted with patient hands from the rich red earth and the golden, sun-bleached grasses that sway endlessly across the plains. Each shelter is temporary, yet perfectly suited to the rhythm of the seasons, blending so seamlessly with the rugged surroundings that you almost feel as if the earth itself has gently shaped them into existence. Standing there at dawn, watching the first light kiss the rounded roofs, you cannot help but feel a profound sense of peace and humility. Every day unfolds with the same graceful flow. The tribe moves together as one extended family, gathering firewood, tending to their animals, sharing stories under the shade of acacia trees, and preparing simple meals that carry the warmth of collective effort. Their community ceremonies are especially moving. Moments when songs rise softly into the evening air, when elders pass down ancient knowledge to the young ones with gentle voices, and when laughter and quiet conversation weave everyone closer together. Even when the dry season stretches long and the land seems to hold its breath, the Nyangatom continue to share whatever the earth offers with open hearts, making sure no one in the tribe ever feels alone or forgotten. There is a special kind of beauty in the way they listen to the wind, read the patterns of the clouds, and adjust their movements to the subtle changes of the environment. It is not about fighting the land, but about walking in step with it, day after day, season after season. In this quiet corner of Africa, the Nyangatom tribe shows us that true strength is not loud or dramatic. It is steady, patient, and deeply rooted in respect and togetherness. Their way of life leaves an indelible mark on the soul, reminding every visitor that harmony with nature is not a distant dream, but a daily practice that brings light even to the most challenging landscapes. And now, as the golden light of another African sunset begins to fade across these 8 extraordinary tribes we have had the privilege to walk beside, our journey across this vast and beautiful continent slowly draws to a gentle close. From the very first silent footsteps of the Hadzabi tribe, through the whispering woodlands of Tanzania, to the Pygmy tribe's almost magical connection with the emerald heart of the Congo rainforest, from the San tribe's graceful mastery of the Kalahari's golden dunes, to the Turkana and Pokot tribes' nomadic dance across the sun-drenched plains and highlands of Kenya, and finally through the rich cultural tapestry of the Mursi, Suri, and Nyangatom tribes in the timeless Omo Valley of Ethiopia, each step has revealed something deeply moving about the human spirit. These tribes do not merely survive in some of the most demanding environments on Earth. They thrive with a quiet dignity, an unbreakable sense of community, and a profound respect for the land that has cared for them across countless generations. On this Mysteries travel documentary, they stand as living proof that resilience is born not from comfort, but from connection, from the simple yet powerful choice to share, to listen, to adapt, and to find beauty in the everyday rhythms of nature. Their stories invite us to pause in our own busy lives, to look more closely at the world around us, and to remember that the most meaningful riches are often the ones we cannot hold in our hands: belonging, gratitude, patience, and the warmth of a community that truly cares. Whether it is the Hadzabi's wordless communication beneath the forest canopy, the Pygmies' intuitive reading of the rainforest's hidden language, the San's gentle restraint in the desert, the Turkana's fluid movement with the seasons, the Pokot's devoted daily journeys for water, the Mursi's symbolic expressions of growth and identity, the Suri's vibrant artistic traditions, or the Nyangatom's steadfast rituals of togetherness, every tribe has offered us the same quiet invitation: to live more gently, to share more openly, and to walk more gratefully upon this earth. Thank you, from the bottom of our hearts here at Mysteries Travel Documentary, for traveling with us all the way to the final frame of this journey. It truly means the world to know you stayed until the very end, allowing these powerful, real-life stories to touch your heart, and perhaps even shift the way you see our shared world. Your time and presence here are deeply appreciated. If any part of this expedition moved you, inspired you, or simply filled you with a sense of wonder, please take a moment right now to hit the like button, leave a warm comment telling us which tribe touched your heart the most, and subscribe to Mysteries Travel Documentary while turning on the notification bell so you never miss our next adventure into the hidden corners of our beautiful planet. Your support keeps these authentic journeys alive and helps us continue bringing rare glimpses of humanity's quiet wisdom straight to you. Until our next journey together into the unknown on this Mysteries Travel Documentary, keep your heart open, your steps gentle, and your sense of wonder alive. We'll see you very soon in the next episode. Safe travels, dear friends, and thank you once again for being part of the Mysteries Travel Documentary family.
you like to film here on the porch, outside, inside? Où est-ce qu'on peut filmer? Ici sur la porch?
We can do it here.
Okay.
We can do it here.